Hey guys, welcome back to Beatbox 101 with Shamim from the Rhythm Studio. Last time we did the Fundrumentals together, which was our BTK. We're going to run through that real quick before we start off today's lesson, which is going to be looking at lip basses, specifically all the bass sounds that we can master and muster via our human voice box and our mouths. So we're going to quickly recap the BTKs and our fundamentals, and then we'll get right into it. Remember, any point that you get a bit muddled up or confused, or you'd like to practice a little bit more, just pause the video. No one's stopping you. So we go back to our fundamentals all together. Remember, we have our bass drum, which is a, think of it like for Peter, for punch, for plosive, tighten the lips. Remember, side profile, lick your lips when you need to. That's our bass. You can also do variations of it. For example, if you go to the corner of your mouth, different sounding basses. Just keep practicing. You will get the sound that you want. Onto our two hi-hats. Remember, we have a closed hi-hat, a very small TS, and its brother, the open hi-hat. Those are the variations of our hi-hats. Last but not least, our three sounds of our snares. First one, which is the most basic, our kick snare, which we will continue to be using throughout the series, is a, remember, say the word kick, kick, and you want to protrude your jaw out slightly, so that you can feel the air touch the tip of your nose when you do it, kick, kick snare. Number two on the roster is our PF snare, beginning with our bass drum, and then you tag along at the very end of that, a, put that together, this sound, remember, center it to the middle part of your lips, center, center, center. This one takes a lot of practice, so do keep practicing this sound. And last but not least, we have our in-house snare, the one that I use the most, which is a, you're able to inhale and do this sound. So you go, remember that, open the bottom end of your jaw, stick the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and we have our three snares. Just keep practicing those. Pause this video, go back to the old one if you wanted. Make sure you keep practicing because the fundamentals are fundamental to beatboxing. Now that we've done that, let's get on to our bass sounds. For this video, the main bass sound that we will be focusing on, but we will also look at the other variations of our bass sounds, is lip bass. Lip bass is what, you are asking. Lip bass is very simple, and every single person on earth has done this sound before. They just didn't know that they could use it for beatboxing. Lip bass is this. It looks very stupid, doesn't it? Try this with me. Go up and down the scale, starting with and then go down. So do it with me. 1, 2, 3. That is essentially lip bass. What makes lip bass very great to use in beatboxing is that it's just something that everyone can do. Every single person can do this sound, but you can really tailor it to how you want it to sound. So for today, our beat that we will be mastering is the following. We're gonna go sorry, we're gonna go I'll do this one more time. See the difference between the first time I did it and the second time I did it. The first time I did it, I gave it a tone. The second time I did it, I just let my lips do the bass by themselves without any tonality. That's the one that we'll be aiming for today. But then we'll start to pitch it very slowly. So with me, try this out. So all you want to do is slacken your lips and then make sure that there is a strong airflow going between them so that they let your lips quake. For this again, I will break down the beat. We're going to start off with part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is I've done the whole beat, my bad. Part 1 again. That's all it is. So as you can see, I'm not going or I'm adding a bass sound to the very beginning of that phrase. So try this with me. Bass, lip roll. Bass, lip roll. Do it with me twice. What we're going to try to do now, stick those two together. We're going to go This might sound a bit hard, but it's actually not. You just need to make sure that the way that you approach this is by thinking of very, very tight lips and the fact that the sound is one sound rather than two. So it's that's the sound that we're aiming for. Keep practicing this, pause it whenever you need, but that's the sound that we're aiming for. So part 1 is part 1. So it's going to be bass lip roll. So it's going to be a BR. And then 2 short hi-hats, 2 closed hi-hats. And then we're going to end it on our kick snare. So that's part 1. Part 2 is this. One more time. It's going to be bass lip roll, 1 hi-hat, bass lip roll again, 2 hi-hats, and then you end it on the snare. We'll do that phrase again. Part 1 is. Part 2. We'll put that together. That's part 1 and part 2. I will show you how to do this in the loop. I'll do it twice recurrently. So that's all that there is to lip bass. If we wanted to pitch this, I'll do the exact same beat, but with it pitched. So that's what we're doing for lip bass. So you can pitch it wherever you want. You can go or pitch it wherever you want, but remember the first lip bass that we'll do is one that has no pitch, so just by the end of it you'll feel your lips tingling. It's weird, but that's lip bass. The second variation of a bass that we can do is throat bass. Throat bass is a lot of fun, but it can be a bit difficult when you begin with it. Throat bass is essentially growling. That's the best way to explain it. So, it slightly hurts, but that's only because you're tensing your throat to produce the sound. This comes from the back of your throat. Think of a growl. That's where you want the sound to come from. For this, drink a lot of water. To practice this sound, it will take a lot of time and energy, and it might be slightly uncomfortable in the very beginning, but the more you practice the sound, the easier it will be. I'm showing you this to demonstrate. Practice it as much as you can. If you can't get it in this video, totally fine. Everyone learns at their own pace. Just keep practicing and you'll get there eventually. So throat bass again. all you want to do is growl. It sounds crazy. You'll find that there's a reverberation at the bottom end of that sound. And then you want to say the words wow, 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 or move your mouth in so that it creates a chamber noise. Wow, 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 wow. And you will get wow, 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 wow. With this, we'll do the exact same beat that we did for our lip bass with throat bass. So wow, 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 wow. Once you've practiced the beat, just interchange the bass sounds. Wow, 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 wow. What you will find though is with throat bass, it sounds like two different sounds. With lip bass, you can go and that is one sound. With throat bass, you're gonna hear the and then the growl. Wow. So it's really difficult to make that one simultaneous sound. It's gonna come out as two slightly different sounds. Wow, 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 wow. Try that with me. Wow, 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 wow. Again, as you can see, it's a struggle for me too, but we keep practicing. So that is throat bass. The last one, for any person who can roll their R's, our tongue bass is the one that's coming up next. These are the three variant sounds that we are learning today. Lip bass, throat bass, and then tongue bass. Everyone that can roll their R's. If you can't, don't worry, it's a genetic thing. So not everyone is going to be able to do this, but if you can roll your R's, try this out as well. You begin with saying your rolled R. You add a bass sound to the very beginning, and then you do an rolled R. With this beat, it goes. That's your tongue bass. With all of these, you can pitch them. The easiest one to pitch is obviously going to be either your tongue or your lip bass, if you can actually do your tongue bass. Those two are the easiest to pitch. The hardest one to pitch is your throat bass. Wow. Because you're going to have to really practice that. Wow, 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 wow. But guys, remember, I'm a girl, so to all the girls who are beatboxing too, you can do this sound. It's not just for the guys to do, you can do it. We'll do a quick recap. Lip bass, begin with that sound, and then add bass to it. Make sure that it's one simultaneous sound so it all comes together at one go. That one kind of didn't sound right. As you can see, even I get these wrong sometimes. The second one is our throat bass. You growl, that reverberation you use, and then you pitch it by using your mouth to say wow, 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 wow. And then you add the bass to it again. Wow, wow, wow. Last but not least, tongue bass. You roll your R's, add the bass to the beginning, and there is your tongue bass. Keep practicing these. I will catch you in the next video where we do a few more vocal sound effects. Thank you so much.